Hamlet of Port Alfred in Ndlambe Municipality is virtually out of water. Its main supply dam is only 6% full and it is peak holiday season. SABC News reporter Lerato Fekisi joins us now live from Port Alfred. Lerato, where currently are you? And talk to us about the impact on this drought. We know that you've been reporting quite a lot on the droughts in the area. Tell us how badly community members are affected at this point.
Good afternoon to you, Flo. Well, currently we are in Port Alfred, an area known to be one of the high tourist destinations and a peak holiday season in this area as well. But right now we are coming from a water treatment plant. And I'll just ask Natasha, my camera lady, just to show you. Normally, Flo, when water is coming properly to the treatment plant, it's normally full. But as you can see, the water that is coming out right now is coming from the Cyril Hayward Dam, which is currently sitting at 6%, which means that the supply from the dam is actually low, impacting the supply to the city as well. When we spoke to the Dumas, when he told us that right now they are pretty much facing day zero, and unless a huge impact in terms of money supply is taken to this area, this town will face a day zero, which is not a good thing, because he also told us that this city is also supplying surrounding areas in the Eastern Cape. But let's speak to him and find out exactly how bad is the issue of water in this town. Let's just first talk about this treatment plant, and you're saying that this water coming here is coming from the Cyril Hayward Dam. How bad is the situation at that dam, and how is it impacting the supply of water to the city?
Okay. Thank you very much. The Cyril Hayward Dam is at about 6% as we speak, which means technically we've reached day zero, because there are areas in the townships that are not receiving water at all. It means then people are complaining, but we're cutting water to the townships, but that's not enough, because Port Alfred is the biggest area in this municipality. That's how bad the situation is. But then we need a desalination plant that we will have to do. We've received money from COCTA, which is 20 million, which is far less than a water treatment plant, a package plant that would need for Port Alfred to give us 5 megaliters of water. Now we are requesting the Department of Water and Sanitation to give us more, because we would need 98 million to have a package plant that would be able to provide Port Alfred with 5 megaliters.
Now, this area that Natasha is showing you right now is one of the township areas, the high-lying areas, and you said to us that this specific area currently has no water at all.
Yeah.
Now, this obviously is a critical need to anyone who have water, and obviously the water supply here is definitely very much affected.
Yes. Now, this is the area that is highly affected by the water, because, as we are saying, it's on the high-lying area, of this area. But the problem is that there's a perception that we're prioritizing the town, because the town is on the low-lying area, and this water that you're seeing here goes straight to the town instead of the township, because the township, as we are saying, is on the high-lying area, and people here are having this perception that we're prioritizing town, which is not true, but it's just that the topography is affecting them.
Port Alfred is also supplying water to other areas. You said that back in 2006 you're supplying Alexandra. Has it also impacted the drought that's facing this town as well?
Yes. This area has been, Port Alfred in particular, has been supplying water to other areas, which is your Alexandria, your Bushmans, Canton-on-Sea, your Bathurst. Now, unfortunately, now it has been affected tremendously by that. That has an impact, there's no doubt about it, because really you've been cutting water day in, day out, even during the weekends, even to the farms, in our area. We're getting water from the Port Alfred. Even the farms, the farm, emerging farmers, for their cattle, they were getting water from this area, and that has created a problem, because the depletion of the resources, water resources of Port Alfred, has been tremendously affected by that.
And lastly, Port Alfred is known as the holiday destination for anyone in the Eastern Cape. It's your peak season now.
Yes.
How badly is this drought affecting the business sector, which is crucial to this town, and also just the tourists coming into the town as well?
Yes, it has affected our economy very much, because remember, this part of South Africa, Port Alfred in particular, your Canton-on-Sea, your Bushmans, and all the areas that are lying on the coast. That's where the holiday makers are coming, as from probably the 15th of December to date. It has affected because most of them probably they have left before their time because there's no water. Your hotels, your B&Bs, your guest houses have been affected because indeed it means people did not stay for a longer period. They've left. Now it's going to be affecting our economy already, you know. Basically that is the problem.
That is the MM of Port Alfred, Mr. Roli Dumazweni, saying that the town is pretty much going towards day zero, that there is an urgent need for government to give more supply of funds to this town because, as he said, it is a town that is a center of the economic hub of the Eastern Cape, is a tourist destination, a much-loved tourist destination, but with the water shortages, with the water cuts, with the water rationing, and also with the drought facing this town, many people have left, which also affects the economy of this town. But for now, let's go back to you in studio.
All right, Lerato Fekisi, thank you very much for that update. And of course, we'll keep our viewers updated as to the community plans in place to avert that day zero scenario. But as we see, it is currently in place at this time. We'll definitely keep you updated of the situation in Port Alfred, which is quite dire at this time. That's Lerato Fekisi giving us an update there. All right, let's take a look